even know if I sing off tune. Sing off tune in the afternoon. I've got something to tell you. Ooh, I'll sing off tune in the afternoon. But I'm not actually out of tune. I'm just out of school. Cards for you hardly do all the things you tell me that you want to be doing. I don't even care a little bit about the things. I'm just a little kid. I'm just a little person. Should I get what you're trying to tell me? But what you're trying to sell me is a dream I don't believe in, because I don't believe in anything. But I'm just a kid. So I'll sit here and I'll sing, and I'll do it for you and do it for him, and I'll do it off key. I've been doing things like I've got the keys to do it. I've got locks and I'm just moving the key from left to right. But everything tonight seems like I'm gonna just fight all the things inside my mind to try to find why I can't be the kind of person that I like. If I'm supposed to be the person that I'm just a poster child, and I'm just posted like a mild, but inside I'm gonna hide him. But I got a little lion and he's gonna come out. He's gonna just shout and everyone is gonna run all over the town, all around. They've been going down, running out of their own little holes they've been hiding in. They're trying to get to a safer place where the floods come and everyone has to run. You gotta go somewhere. Where are you gonna go when you get scared? Fearful, we're like a tear, we're just full, like we're ducking, like a tear duct or something. I'm just ducking, I'm just wondering if we can tape it all together. Tape it now and see what happened. All the weather comes and goes and everyone knows. We try to change the truth again, you try to do it. When are you gonna get to the truth and then feel good about yourself? Feel like something happened and try to make it something else. I don't know, I will go, I will stay, I will say what I say, and everybody else wants to convey a message to me about how they think I should be something a little bit better than I was when I wasn't the best version of me. But I'm just turning out to be a person that you might think is worse in the end. I'm just turning them then inward and outward, and now you're just in a place where you're just outside your own mind. You're trying to find out why life always comes back to bite. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry, but I'm hardly even sorry. I'm just sorry that your life just seems to be so hard for me. Why do you want your life to be what you want it to be if the life that you want always seems to lead to a place where you don't achieve what you want? Why do we try so hard to have our lives be exactly what we think they should be, to such an extreme? We take other people and we put them underneath because we're the king in our own mind, or you're a queen and you're just trying to let everyone know what you think. You're salivating and you're actually crazy, thinking you can take these ideals you have and put them on someone else and grab life by the horns and not get bucked off, but you're just stuck on all these kind of crazy ideas you have of what life should be if you could just be in charge of things again like you used to be when... no, that wasn't the case, was it? But you tried so close, you got so close, you tried, and so you don't ever have a single ounce of control when we actually get down to it. But everyone's on top of things all the time, and so they can't find what's inside the truth of life. Am I right? They just blow it away. They just try to say they never did the things they claim didn't happen, because anyone can say anything, right? But who can actually do it? The things that you're claiming you're doing, can you actually do them? Because if not, then stop with all these high hopes and expectations and accusations to the people that are taking life in a place where they're trying to do all they can to glorify Jesus Christ. And instead of you doing this to the best of you can, and as you can, and how you can we even comprehend how to pretend that we can compare each other's journeys in this life when everybody's trying to find the road back to the right, when we're choosing the wrong and we're choosing the songs that are just noise in our ears, and we you glorify the King or you don't. And what glorifies the King is almost always, in at least most every case, something different than the world would want you to do. And what those around you that would love you and want the best for you claim is the best too. And so just take everyone's voices and silence them. But don't silence people. Just don't let them in. Don't believe a single thing about those that are trying to bring you down to a level that they're on and they're just not sure how to get to a higher one. When you realize you can't be hired on your own, but you have to have someone to hire you, you go in a different kind of place, down a different kind of road. It gets straight and narrow, and then you can show everyone else the way back to life by saying you don't know, but you know Jesus Christ. How does it work? It doesn't. It's backward. What? Did he just say it does work? But you have to let yourself do it. You have to let God get in your life and start moving. You can't do it. Not on your own, or you'd be doing everything you wanted in your life just the way you think your life should go, right? But instead of tearing other people down because you feel so bad inside, let's all equally, in every way that we can, try to get to Jesus Christ. And you don't got to believe in a thing. The word faith. It wouldn't exist if we knew what it is. Comprehending all the things in a way that we couldn't bring a single question up because we knew what was. But God is. And so I've got this little book of parables and scriptures that I can take a little bit of knowledge from and a little bit of wisdom, understanding can help me. Tell me that I'm not in charge so I can make life a lot less hard by handing it over to someone who is. And he'll do with me what he could wish. But God is unchanging. He tells me who he is, and so I don't have to question if I'm going to be driven in a place I don't want to be going, because God's the one that'll take me home when he is my home since the beginning. The beginning and the end. I couldn't even pretend to comprehend those kind of things because I don't even know what it means to sing. I sit here and play guitar, and all I know is a few chords, and so how could I claim I know where to go? Or how to do the things that I'm trying to do when I'm trying to bring glory to the King? That's all I can, is admit the truth. That I really don't know what I'm doing. But I know how to have faith. And in all truth, I know God. I know Jesus Christ. And it's been a really wild life that I've lived up until this point. I'm 26 years old. Today, the date that we've got going on here is the 18th of February, 2026. It's been a crazy ride to go from where I've been to, well, this. I'm a whole different person. And you can search inside of all the things that you can find about me to see if I've really changed at all, and I've changed more than the walls. They get broken down and turned to rubble because somehow I've been pulled back up from it, and I'm better because of the things that I've gone through, and it's because of he who came from above and died in my place to make the opportunity for grace to be something I have access to, and God giving me not only a second chance, but 2 times 2 times 2 times as many times as you wanted times 2 by 2, because on this missionary journey we've been given, we're learning how to go through this life and realize it's not about winning. Winning or losing, everything goes to the creator of him who created the ability for us to do it in the first place. And so, as I say, I'll just sit and last. But I'll sit and laugh, not in a mean way, but at all those that think they've got it in the bag, that think they know what they're doing in life when they don't even know their left from their right. without putting their hands up, but not in the form of surrender, and the point of trying to say, I don't remember. That's why God says to remember. The Spirit of God brings all things to our remembrance. You remember this? Do you remember, if you've ever been to church class as a little kid? Maybe you left for a bit. I left the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and it took me on a crazy place for about 13 months, and now I'm back, and what? Well, I couldn't make it up. I've been making such a different kind of life out of what I used to have, but actually I can't take a single credit for that. A single ounce of credit. In fact, I can't even say my words correct all the time, but I know the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and my God. And He reigns. He reigns in a place where it's so desertous and dry that I will never thirst as long as I'm doing all I can to drink from the living water. A lot of metaphors and parables that I'll get into as long as I don't get silenced. But they always try to silence those that speak the truth. So, I won't give up or give in to anything that's trying to tell me to be put in a bin like a garbage can. The garbage man is just as important as a job as the CEO. So even though I'm in a place of a higher leadership position that a lot of people wishing that I could be in because they don't want me to be believing that I could be achieving a single thing on my own, I'm not achieving anything, though. Everything will leave when I die except for my relationship with the all-searching eye. So stop trying to claim you caught me in my sins or my lies, because God knows everything, even if I try to hide. So I'm sick of it. You illiterate little kids looking at me like I'm just a kid myself. Well, just like the ocean full of all the shells, the oldest and the youngest, everything comes to this bottom at one point. And that's the point. So, equality. We all just need to see the truth. And I don't get to decide it, dude. And neither do you. In the Image Clothing Company music, though, it's something I'm going to keep continuing to use for the rest of my life. As the founder, right? My name is Evan Strong. I'm sitting on the carpet. I'm going to go feed my standard poodle Dante because I soaked his food in water and came over here and sat down because I had some things to say. All right. Despite popular opinion, I'm really good at holding my tongue. Just to be clear. There's a lot of things I could say about how I've been treated, but it doesn't matter to speak things to those that won't hear. And you continuing to do sins at other people's expense, well, God will come. He'll rain down hellfire. The God of heaven will be letting everyone know what it really means to follow him. Myself included, I don't get to decide. Being designed by a God who I wouldn't have the chance to worship if he didn't first create me. I would be crazy to think I could take credit for anything. So I'm sorry if you got a problem with something. But I'm sorry because it's making your life hard. If it's me you've got a problem with, why? Take a look at yourself. See what I stir up inside you that makes you want to die. Can we get really harsh with things? Can we stop avoiding the truth of all? Everything that's here didn't just evolve. Matter could not be created or destroyed, and all came here somehow, and I was once a boy, and so how do I get changed from a state that I was in to a state that I wasn't to be something like this? And this can be anything that I am at any given moment. I'm not joking when I say I know the King. I'm not claiming something. It's not something so big to me that's not to you, because you don't have to believe in a thing either. Who just said that a few minutes ago in this? The person who pushed the record button and decided to sit and speak a little bit of words to the other people. We are all equal. The universal human design, where do you think it's coming from? Right? In the eyes of God, we are all just less than the dust of the earth. But somehow he looks at us as if we have infinite worth. As a child of his, I think we all just get a little bit misunderstood about what it all means and think we could change it to what we think it should. If that's really our motive, our MO, I don't know. If it'll ever stop, for sure. Not really. Or do I, though? And how could I possibly? It's something we all just need a little bit more of. It's called faith. Faith in who, though? The one who's great. The one who's greater than all the other people who claim they're great. God is the great I am. So, I couldn't pretend I was anything else, just as he can't go back on his own word. So you trying to take me and spin that little pottery clay bowl and start to turn me into something else you want to mold? Well, stop it. Just as I will not stop doing what I'm told by other human beings, a lot of people are not willing to stop doing things to try to tell other people who or what to be. So, I'm going to continue to be me, because I was created by a king. And I'd like you to get out of my face with all your accusations and take a little bit of a look in the mirror. Because every time I film one of these videos like this, looking in the monitor, I'm looking at myself as I'm doing it. So you couldn't even possibly claim I'm not taking a little bit of a look in the mirror. I'm not even going to rhyme out of it. I'm just going to leave because it's just crazy. People don't see what's actually there. They see what they want it to be. They just see what they want. And if you want to see what you want, you'll do that your whole life, and everything will just be wrong to you. And why? Because it's your choice. That's what God has given us, is the choice. The ability to choose him or evil. Perfect good or someone else who will leave you. A father who will never abandon his children, or one who always will, with a lot of enticing things, and just stick you on a wheel. God's course is one eternal round, but he will not be turning down anyone from blessings as long as they're letting themselves do all they can to learn who he is and serve him. But we don't get to decide what anything is in life, because life was here before we got here to experience it, right? We got born onto an earth. It was already here. So, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Don't take my word for it, don't believe me, but see what happens in the lives of those who have the eyes of the King as their highest priority, being imperfect, sinful human beings. It's something you couldn't deny. It's something you couldn't put on the side and try to make it something else that it isn't without lying. But God is the truth. And I've been doing things too that are terribly wrong, but all we have to do is take a turn, and it's not that long. A 180 twist back to this perfect line that God gave us as a gift. It's called repentance, and I'm sorry that I didn't take advantage of the gift sooner, God. I'm sorry that I oft find a reason for myself to stop doing all I can to serve you and try to serve something else when there's only one God. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter, because your beliefs can leave. Then what's left? How does it work? What's the point of a belief if you can leave it in the dirt? Never have it in the beginning, but find out what happened in the beginning. Truth is truth, and I can't be winning my side of something because I'm trying to argue someone else's side and wondering who was really right then. Well, it's an episode of In the Image Clothing Company podcast. So do not act like I'm trying to decide truth. I can't, dude, without being delusional like you. Oh, but am I mocking? Who? The devil all of a sudden comes through after I preach a beautiful message about Jesus Christ? You interpreted something and thought you were right.